I tell you, Candrace, if I have to record this part one more time, I am going to put some hurt on somebody. Oh, hello loyal fans, and welcome back to Star Wars and Knights of the Old Republic. In the last episode, we freed the Wookiees. In this episode, we gonna have... And I broke it. Okay, we're gonna have to go ahead and tie up some loose ends. But first, let's go ahead and talk to Candrace, because he always has a war story.
What do you want?
Wow, you're nice. Wait, stupid. And we're back. Yeah, a program popped up and shut down my game. So tell us more about the Mandalorian Wars.
The war we had with the Republic was supposed to be the most glorious battle in our history. But it was a very costly one.
Like all.
I guess we didn't think of how much we could lose in it.
There must not have been a lot left.
There weren't many of us after that last battle. Mandalore himself was killed at the hands of the Jedi Revan. The best of us could not.
Need I to mention HK?
After that last battle, those of us that survived were stripped of our weapons, our armor, and our basilisks. Revan's forces destroyed them while we were forced to watch. Those who hadn't fled earlier were left with nothing to call their own. No weapons, no armor, only the honor of having fought in the battle we just lost. For many, this was not enough. While the rest of us were sent into exile on the Outer Rim, they tried to relive the old days, raiding worlds. They're nothing more than bandits now.
Why do you wear a purple suit?
Yeah, I found word on Taris. And forcing for Davik was not stimulating. The gangs on Taris and Davik's rivals were trash. They give no thrill in battle, no honor or glory in defeating them. It was like stepping on bugs. I sought worthy challenges, but the best that Taris could offer were nothing to me. But I think now, with you, I may finally find opponents worth fighting.
You are a worthy companion.
Maybe later I'll tell you more about what it was like to work for Davik. For now, though, we should get on with our lives. Is there something else you want to know? Your choice.
Okay. So now we're done talking Candrace. Through my experience, we cannot talk to Jolie quite yet. We talked to Zalbar. Oh, yeah, we gotta go talk to that thing over here. Hello.
Yes. What is it?
Something wrong. Please say no.
I was remembering Taris.
Shoot.
No, it's alright. I think I'm over the worst of it. I apologize again for lashing out at you. It was not your fault. It was a horrible place to have to live. At least in the lower cities where the non-humans tended to get relegated. Living for years in a place with no sun, living off the trash dropped from the upper levels, and the meager pay doing back-breaking labor.
And those rat ghouls.
There was always the danger of raccoons coming up from the sewers, or more mundane predators living and working in the area. My family and I struggled each and every day to make something of our lives. But we could only go so far. Taxes from the corrupt government, more fees from the gangs controlling the streets, and whatever was left paying for what food and medical supplies we could afford.
Was it that bad?
With no money to spare for any amenities, even the enclave on Dantooine seems a paradise in comparison. And of course, there was the constant bigotry and hate from the more affluent and human citizens, lording their wealth over us living below. Every once in a while, a rich human would come down through the lower levels with his droid entourage just to see how the wildlife lived, and laughed at the mockeries that were our successes. But I have come to meet many decent humans in my travels since those days. Indeed, some of the greatest people I have ever met are human.
You know, Mr. T came from a similar situation, and guess who is way more loved?
The Jedi who encouraged me to join the Order. The one who was with the group going to fight the Mandalorians. She was human. I am sorry. I am getting away from my point.
No, there isn't a
Freedom
point.
has won. Sometimes I curse the day my parents fled to Taris. But then again, if they had not, I would not be where I am today.
Your parents?
Another story for another time. For now, we must continue our own epic. To save the galaxy, if we can.
Jar Jar Binks had better character than you. Actually, Jar Jar Binks had good character. That's an insult. No, you are way below that. Jar Jar Binks has something to root for. You have nothing. Okay, so, I don't know how many times can I say this without it actually going up onto the internet. It's been said if you talk to Bastila after you kiss, yeah, you could accidentally end the romance because it's a glitch. I don't know if it's true or not. I've tried it and had no results, but I'm not going to risk it, so we're not going to talk to her. She's going to have to talk to us, just like a real relationship. I'm kidding, I'm kidding. Car's still being mopey. So we're going to head off to Yavin. Beautiful stars. I hope he doesn't kill me. Beautiful stars.
Calo
Don't
Nord
kill
is
me.
dead. Lord Malak, he has failed in his mission. Forgive me.
The penalty for failure is death, Admiral Kareth. But the failure was Calo's, not yours. You may rise.
Shall I hire another bounty hunter, Lord Malak?
No mere bounty hunter can stand against a Jedi. I shall not make the same mistake again. My apprentice, Darth Bandon, shall take care of our young Jedi friend.
Enter the dragon. Da 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 da. Hey, flew off my groove. Never throw off my groove. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. I got a million dislikes for that one.
Alive, if possible.
As you command, Master.
Okay, I brought along Johanny and Kendra, so let's quickly level them up. No, I said level them up. Level, 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 leveling up. Right now. Oh, we are leveling all through the day. I ruined it. Yeah, I'm not speaking because I don't know what to say. My foot's asleep! There you go, that will be very helpful. Oh, okay. If I had 2 force powers. Okay. Now let's get a move on. I think I froze. Perfect. I think. Yeah, okay. Sometimes it's really hard to tell when it's recording. And now with my luck it probably isn't recording, and now I'm just talking to myself once again. This scene probably won't even show up.
The color of the mesh under the sky.
Kiaskrauti to pacnimo, ki ita kanki kanna kilikon. Himba muli radwanaji, Kimba no kun mixet abog.
Los efforts en er list. Jeśli kan dasz telefon, będę rozświetlał się. Stof einen.
Achua pengki. Yun patisa. Ichuba jikota naga. Kingu mwa mulira dwana. Kimba nikcha lora kun.
Why? I think you guys better leave. Or I will ask you again, very politely.
Ava! Yun patisa. Chiwa aita kang ki jiyokaku.
Los efforts en er list.
Tong hitwama aki inkotune. Potong hitwama ji aki inkotun. Tong panokun. Nonek. Chiwi aita ka chong chicha. Ki mulira kun king. Kimba no kun nik yota. Ki mulira kun king. Tong hitwama aki inkotune.
Yep, okay, I'm gonna quickly sell to him some stuff and then we'll move on. Alright, I finished selling him a bunch of my junk and got a little bit more money, so now that I'm on a different planet, I believe we can talk to Jolie. You'll enjoy this.
Got something on your mind?
Why did you decide to come with me? Why did you say that?
You got yourself a fast little ship. I forgot what engine sounded like. The closest thing to that on Kashyyyk is an uller in mating season. Ugh, frightful.
So you wanted to ride on my ship?
Or it could be for the free food. What's the gunk that comes out of a synthesizer on this bucket anyway? Do you never clean the darn thing?
No, seriously, tell me.
I'm old, damn it. I'm allowed to be enigmatic when I want to be. And don't you go telling me otherwise. You know, you remind me of someone else I knew ages ago. Pleasant enough fellow, great destiny, all of that. Breath like a bantha.
Is this a comment to my breath?
No, but it could be. An Anduvian salt tablet would clear that right up, you know. Anyway, where was I? Oh yes, Andor Vex was his name. The force swirled around him like a hurricane. That's how great his destiny was.
Never heard of him.
No, you wouldn't have. Sometimes swirling force is just swirling force. It gets us old Jedis excited at our age, so we go, ooh, destiny. Well, it turned out that poor Andor believed a wee bit too much in the infallibility of that destiny. That overconfidence turned out to be his downfall.
You're making this all up.
I am not. I've no need to make things up. With my poor memory and all. You just sit still and let me finish, damn it. Let's see. Oh yes, Andor's downfall. I was pretty young myself when it happened. At the time, I thought that Andor's destiny couldn't be more boring.
How young are we talking?
Well, let's just say that I was a strapping young lad with a full head of hair, and Coruscant was a small town with a well. I was just about to abandon Andor to whatever the Force intended for him when his ship was overtaken by a Dimian warship. Now, you've probably never heard of the Dimians, but at the time they were a nasty lot led by a nastier overlord named Krat. Tall fellow, big teeth. Krat has us hauled onto the bridge of his ship for questioning, and that's when I knew that Andor's destiny was at hand.
How did you know?
Swirling force, remember? Jedi here. Granted, I was just interpreting the signs, but we get trained in that sort of thing, more or less. Well, Andor decides that his destiny makes him invulnerable and starts making all sorts of demands. Free me now. I'm not answering questions. Blah, blah, blah. Don't you know who I am? Krat decides he's had enough and begins crushing Andor's neck. I told the boy he should have kept his mouth shut. I think he agreed, too. This could have just been gurgling noises. Well, anyway. Finally, Krat has enough of Andor and tosses him aside into this giant energy intake shaft. Andor gets sucked in and starts bouncing around, screaming. Maybe Andor hit something sensitive on the way down, or just didn't agree with the reactor core. Next thing I know, all the ship's alarms are ringing.
You're kidding!
Everyone panics, and I run, barely making it to the ship in time before the explosion. Krat dies horribly, and the Dimians never quite recovered. Changed the political course of the entire sector for centuries to come. I'd call that quite a destiny, wouldn't you?
How do you know he was even responsible?
What? Are you kidding? What are the odds of that happening anyway? 1,000,000,000 to 1? You should do so well as to be sucked into the engine of some evil Sith Lord, you know. Andor was a hero. Sort of. Anyway, go on. My throat is dry and you're making me cranky. Shoo!
That's just a small taste of what talking to Jolie is like. We will definitely talk to him with enthusiasm in the future. But now we have to go ahead and figure out where we're going next. We gotta go off to Tatooine first to take care of Mission's little problem. By little problem, I mean brother. Off to Tatooine. We are now on Tatooine. I'm cutting out some of the flying scenes because it's way too tedious for me to put them all up, and they're not necessary at the moment. They're not. John, work with me. Turn around. No, I said turn around. No, turn around, walk through the door, and you froze. Why? Oh, okay. That works too. No, it doesn't. John was being really mean. John has now gone to the dark side. John, you are a jerk. Actually, it's because I am downloading a free game off of Steam. Yes, legally. Like I do anything illegally. And that's been messing up with the game. So that is why all this is happening. I sort of forget about when I do that. Bastila... No, not Bastila. Mission and... Yeah, why not? T3. Okay, so yay. You know, I had a lot of enthusiasm when I woke up. That was killed in 10 minutes. And now it's slowly dwindling into nothing. I'm almost near nothing. But however, I still want to go ahead and get this little part done. And then leave you wondering what planet I will go to next. Though you probably can guess. It's not for sure. Oh! There's a reason why I brought them out. Auto level up. Level up. Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Level up. Sure. Now I wonder why I didn't go with just recommended. Maybe because I want to see if I could change it around any bit. But I don't care anymore. I should, but I don't. Ugh. Okay, let's start caring a little bit more. There's Mission's brother. Let's
What?
go ahead and save his butt.
You're back! I knew you'd come through for me. I knew I could count on you. You do have a tech land for me, right?
I'm not giving you anything. I'm not giving you anything until I have the gland.
Sorry, like I said before, I don't have any credits on me. And Grith won't lend me any. It's like he doesn't trust me to pay him back or something. But you come through on this, and I promise you'll get a huge payday down the road. 3,000 credits. How's that sound?
Here's the tack land. It's for free, so I really don't care.
Come to Papa, you sweet simian organ. It may not look like much, but once I turn this into a bottle of Torresian ale, it'll end up being worth a fortune. Thanks, Mission. You won't regret helping me out with this.
Please, Grith, let this be the last time. No more cons, no more scams, no more schemes. That's all I ask.
Hey, sis, no need to worry about that. I've turned over a new leaf. From now on, I'm gonna stay out of trouble and do things right. And once we've cornered the market on Torresian ale, good things will be heading my way. Then I'll make it up to you, Mission. Just wait, you'll see. You know, once we synthesize this and start brewing Torresian ale in mass quantities, we're gonna be looking for some investors. You give me a couple of 100 credits, and I can get you in on the ground floor. And you'll get a return of, at least 20 times your investment.
You already promised me a few thousand credits.
Hey, don't worry. You'll get your credits as soon as we start mass producing that Torresian ale. I just wanted to know if you were interested in an even bigger payoff.
I've done more than enough for you already.
You don't know much about business, do you?
Oh, yes,
when
I do.
When an opportunity like this comes along, you have to jump at it. Come on, what do you say?
Before you take a big leap in business and invest a lot of money, you have to make sure the person you're investing in is actually trustworthy. He is not.
It's your loss. I better get started brewing that ale. Meet me back here later and I'll give you a down payment on what I owe you.
So I guess now we're gonna have to wait until the next plan to figure out what's gonna happen next. Or not. Soon as it's done doing the little loading, saving, whatever. We're going to turn around and go back in. Wasn't that fun? Luckily it's way faster. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Ha Griff's right in the room.
I don't like the sound of this.
Chiwi aita ka chong chicha. Agi inko tune chuna muri ra. Tangi wama chikona. Tonki pa nonku nek abog.
I'm not surprised. Anything else?
Chiwa aita kan kicha na chupornibo. Kun muri ras nimo poiwanga. Tangi wama ji human ak ikatune.
T3's doing the head thing too, just left and right though. Do you mean he's gone?
Topa na otobokasa. Pampa ki mulira kun kin. Changwaba chinyo shangwi chama ucha wish uyong kun. Just grumpy to patsnimo. Chi itakanki chana kilikon. Kimba mulira dwanaji. Kimba no kun mixet abog.
Good riddance.
Just grumpy to patsnimo. Chi itakanki chana kilikon. Kimba mulira dwanaji. Kimba no kun mixet abog.
Damn it, Grith. Won't you ever learn? How can my own flesh and blood be so stupid?
Chiwa aita kan kicha na chupornibo. Kun muliras nimo poiwanga tang itwamaji human ak ikatune.
So, Grith didn't turn out so well and now he's gone. Let's see what Mission has to say.
Hey there, what can I do for you?
Brother.
I want to thank you for helping me with Grith. You did everything you could for my brother, more than most people would have. I know it might look like it didn't make any difference in the end. Grith's in debt and on the run like usual. But at least I know we tried to help him.
Don't give up on a mission. He could still change.
I know people can change no matter how bad they were, but I'm not holding my breath. None of us is perfect, but I've come to realize that Grith is a little less perfect than most. My brother is what he is, but I've learned to deal with that. I'll never forget that he looked after me when I was just a kid, but I don't feel like I owe him anything anymore.
That's a very mature attitude, Mission.
I've made my peace with Grith and what he means to me. If he ever shows up again, I'll deal with him. But I'm not going to dwell on my brother anymore. It's time to move forward. So, is there anything else you need?
Indeed,
Okay,
it is time
have
to
it your
move
way.
forwards. The person who claims to be in the present, but still has many things while they're living in the past, has now decided to move forward and live in the present, but yet still look in the future and learn from the past. At least that's what I think. Either way, I got light side points, so who cares? So next time in Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, we will be heading on to the next planet.